Hi guys, this is Juliana, the Jewels and Makeup Jewels. Today we're going to be doing a simple, 1, 2, 3 step smoky eye with, not too many colors, nothing too complicated, something beginners can do. Smoky eyed, where to work. We'll talk about the pale lip. I mean, it's a really basic smoky eye. I'm not even wearing lashes. You can do this just with, your basic Maybelline Rimmel mascara. So it looks really nice. So if you wanted to have this look, this is what it looks like. Tune in. Thank you. So the first thing you want to do when you start your smoky eyes is go ahead and prime your lids. I use the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. Comes in a little case like this. It's like a skin tone tint. And also you want to highlight your brows. I'm using the Burgessi Triple Fold. It comes with 3 different colors, and I'm using the one that has the least amount of yellow. It also comes with a concealer brush. If you don't have this, just make sure your concealer brush is small. A lot of them are, too big for this. So, because it's like designed for the under part of your eye, but since this is highlighting, just make sure you have a small brush. Any brand is fine. And I also highlight with eyeshadow, but I like to put the concealer on there just because I think it looks better and it opens up your eyes and it gives kind of like a nice surface for the eyeshadow to lay on. And if you go over your eyebrows after you've already filled them in, I mean, it's no big deal. You can just go over the concealer. So like I did, I'll just show you. Take your eyeshadow brush, your eyebrow brush and your eyebrow eyeshadow and just fill it in again. So that way it looks pretty even. And the base coat I'm going to use is by MAC. It's the vanilla color. It's a matte eyeshadow. When doing the smoky eyes, I think the biggest thing, the most important thing is to use matte colors. It's okay if you want to like shade it with shimmer, but for the base of the smoky eye, you want to make sure it's a matte finish. It gives you a lot more control over how you're shading it and basically the placement of the eyeshadow. And you just want to use a wide brush. I'm using again Burgessi. This is their eyeshadow brush, the 201. So you can see it's pretty wide. And I'm going to take this and put it all over the eye, the entire lid, including where I highlighted. And make sure to pat it on because it controls how much excess, eyeshadow is going to fall all over your face. So if you pat it on instead of smoothing it all out, you can pretty much control where it goes. And for the base of my eye, up to the crease, I'm going to use Carbon by MAC also. And it's really important that you use a small brush. I'm going to show you the brush I'm using so you can see how small it really needs to be. This one's by Ulta. It's not like a super expensive brush. It's just called the Small Eyeshadow. And you just want to pat it on there, tap off the excess, and make sure you get it as close to the lash line as possible. And again, pat, pat, pat. You don't want to just be smoothing this on because you're going to have a bunch that falls off. And if you do, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just makeup. Don't freak out. You can just wipe it off, start over. I mean, if you see some parts that are lighter, then just put more on there. That way it looks blended. But again, you want to do this just on the bottom portion of your lid up to the crease. You don't want to go past the crease because that's where you're going to be shading it. And once you have the majority of the eyeshadow on, just start smoothing it out so you don't have any rough lines. But if you buy any eyeshadows from MAC at all, Carbon would be my recommendation. It's my #1 favorite eyeshadow of theirs. And I know a lot of you are thinking like, why she's starting with the darkest color on her lid. But it's just a different way to do a smoky eye. There's a lot of ways to do them, but this is just the one I'm going over today. Now for the crease, you want to use like a dome shaped brush. I'm going to use one also by Ulta, and it's called their smudge brush. But it's basically got like a circular dome motion form, so it's pretty good to shade everything in. And I'm gonna go to e.l.f. the Beauty Book Smoky Eye Edition, and I'm gonna use the second to darkest gray next to their black. It's got a little bit of glitter in it and shimmer, which is good because I already have my darkest color. So you just want to rub it in there, tap off the excess. And now this is the one you're going to place over your crease. And it's okay if you get it on top of the black because you could just go over the black again. But you want to do little small windshield wiper moves. Try not to do really big long ones because you might have some that falls out, and you can actually control where you put the eyeshadow if you use the right brush. So try to find the right one. Doesn't necessarily have to be this brand, but as similar to the shape as possible. And again, windshield wiper strokes. Smooth it out at the top so there's no rough lines. And I'm going to go back with the small shade brush with carbon and just layer it on top. And I wasn't lying when I said I am going to highlight with eyeshadow. I'm going to use, it's a sand color. It's actually called Beach Sand, and it's by Runway Eyes. They have a cute little applicator on it. Comes with a sponge brush and a blending brush. I'm going to go ahead and use the blending side. And I'm just going to pat it on there and go right underneath the brow up to the gray point of the eyeshadow. And this is a skin colored toned eyeshadow, but it has all these different types of sparkles in it. I mean, like blue, purple, gold. So I really like the way the light catches in it. It's great for like when you're going out, if you know you're going to be going to nightclubs and stuff, taking a lot of pictures. The bright flash, this is, you know, the color I'd like to use. Again, I'm going to just pat it out. And if you see parts that are, you know, not blended in, just go over it. Okay, I'm gonna line my eyes with Urban Decay's 24/7 It glides on really, really well. You just want to get the line as close to your eyelashes as possible. Short little strokes all the way out. I mean, if you want to wing it, you can. I'm not going to because I think it's, you know, the colors are dark enough. And this takes a lot of practice, so don't be too hard on yourself if you mess up. The good thing about eyeliner when you're wearing these dark colors is that nobody can really see if it's straight or if it's not such a perfect line. So, and you could always smudge it out with your eyeshadow, but it really defines your eyes. And what I'm going to do also is on the inner port of the eye, the corner, I'm going to go ahead and use the Ulta, it's called Halo, it's a white cream pencil, and I'm just going to go within the waterline of the first half of my eye, about halfway. And then with 0 again, I'll finish up the rest. I just think it makes your eyes a little bit bigger, and I like the effect it gives on it. And if you want to go, you know, put the halo on the bottom and outline the entire waterline with the 0, that's fine too. I just like the way it looks halfway. And you want to go ahead and take the same brush, small brush that you used to pat on the eyeshadow, and just go right along the bottom portion of your eye. Smudge out all the creases. And I'm gonna go ahead and put on my mascara. And when I come back, I'll talk to you about the colors I'm gonna use for the lips. And for the mascara, I'm gonna use, you know, an oldie but goodie Full Soft by Maybelline. So I'll be right back. Okay, for the lips, you wanna use Pink by Maybelline. That's what I'm using. I mean, any light pink, Barbie pink color would be fine. But basically just do short little strokes all around the border of your lips. Longer strokes tend to make you mess up more, so short little strokes. Make sure you get you know, those really pretty high arches if you have them. If not, fake it, fill them in, because you want a really profound lip with such a, you know, strong smoky eye. And if the lip color or lip liner actually that you're using is pale enough, feel free to go ahead and fill in your entire lip. That always makes it last longer as far as your lipstick color. And in between the lip liner, I'm going to use Chanel's Glossier color. It's got a really nice sparkle to it. So I'm just going to fill it in, kind of overlapping the lip liner so you can't see such a harsh line. Bop on the top also. Since we're doing such a dark eye, I'm going to make sure that your lipstick is pretty pale. And even though I outlined them, I don't want a really harsh, you know, 80s drawn out line. So you can go over it with your lip gloss. And on top of the gloss, I'm going to use NYX's lip cream. This one is called Tokyo. It's a really pretty pale pink. The reason I'm not putting it just on directly before the gloss is because I think that the gloss gives it a nicer finish. But this isn't a lipstick, it's more like a thick lip tint, so I really like it. And you just want to dab it on, blend it in just the bottom lip at first, and then you can go on the top. And I'll just blend it in with my finger. And you can take a sponge and go around it if you have any excess that came off. And if you're really worried about it smearing, just the same way you would use concealer to blend out, you know, the circles in your eye, you can go ahead and use it for your lips also. Keeps it from bleeding through on your skin. But that's pretty much it. It has the nice pale Jersey pink look with the smoky eye. And the reason I like this smoky eye is because it's really two main base colors. You have the charcoal carbon black from MAC and the pretty gray shimmer color. So it's not a super complicated eye. For those of y'all who have colored eyes, I mean, be fun with it. If you want to use like a blue eyeliner, navy blue eyeliner underneath your eye where your waterline is, go ahead and do that. If you have green eyes, you can use a brown. I mean, this is the smoky eye that I would wear to work, that I would wear during the daytime, but I mean, you can definitely dress it up, but it's a pretty basic 1-2 step easy smoky eye. So thanks for tuning in.